Good morning, dear students. How are you? After a long time back, we are again here to move further. Okay, after half yearly exam, we are again ready to complete our syllabus for term 2. Okay, term 1 is finished till half yearly. Now we are moving ahead towards term 2. Okay, for term 2, we have already completed one chapter number 7, the unbreakable Mary Kom, in our English treasure book. Okay, before half yearly we have finished one chapter of term 2, but the grammar portion, the language portion, we are starting today. Okay, this is fancy book, but in fancy book we have two parts. Okay, one is two books. One book is for semester 1 or term 1, and second book is for semester 2. So now open the book of semester 2. Okay, this is the semester 2 term 2 book. Okay, and there we are going to start very first chapter, articles, just like I have this book. Okay, fancy book. Okay, and semester 2, second semester. If you open the index, you can see, yes, here. If you open this index, this is the other index. In term 1 we had the other syllabus, but in term 2 we have the different chapters. Here you will find chapter number 1, articles. Okay, so today we are going to start articles. So open page number 9. Page number 9, articles. Chapter number 1, page number 9, articles. So that chapter you will find in the second book of your fancy book. Articles. The words the and a or an are called articles. Okay, so these are the special words, okay, which are used in different places several times. While we are speaking or writing or reading, you will find many times these. So only these three words, the, a or an, only these three. Okay, only these three words, the, a, n, these three words are called articles. But what are their uses and how they are used, why they are used, now this we are going to study. And these are very important because while we are writing or while we are learning or while we are speaking, we use these words many times, but we use them, sometimes we use them wrongly. So what is the right use of that, or what are the grammar, what are the rules for using these? Now we are going to study here. So open the book. These are very simple, very easier, but at the same time it is very difficult also. First line is the words the, a and n are called articles. This is the simple definition. These three words are called articles in English. Now, articles can be divided into two parts. One is definite articles and second is indefinite articles. Means these three can be classified into two parts. One is definite article and the remaining two are called indefinite articles. This is definite articles and these are indefinite articles. So articles can be divided into two parts. Now what is definite article? Why it is called definite? Definite means fixed, particular, specific, only one. That is called definite. pakka. Okay, and indefinite, which is not definite, means which is not particular, which is not proper, not specific, any it can be any one out of many. Okay, but when we are talking about a definite person, place or thing, we use definite article. But when we are talking about any of them, any of the group, out of that group, anyone, so at that time we can use indefinite article. So definite means pakka, indefinite means not pakka. Okay, so first thing, definite article, the word the points out some particular person or thing. Therefore, it is called definite article, because this indicates, when we put the, it indicates we are talking about a definite or proper person or a proper thing. At that time we use the article. Okay, that is why it is called definite article, because we are talking about some definite thing or some definite person. For example, the sun, we are talking about a particular sun, the sun. The moon, we are talking about a particular thing, moon, the moon. The Himalayas, we are talking about the particular range of the mountains, that is Himalayas. And the Yamuna, we are talking about a particular river, Yamuna. So when we are talking about a particular person or thing, at that time we use the article. This is the simplest definition, but further we will study the more rules which is applicable on the word the article. Okay, now second thing, indefinite article. Now what about a and an? These are why they are called indefinite articles. Okay, the word a or an leaves indefinite the person or things is spoken of. Means when we are talking about or when we are speaking about some person or thing, but it is not certain, it is not fixed that about whom we are talking. Suppose I am talking about some river, so at that time we can use a river. Okay, a river. But when we are talking about Yamuna, Ganga, Krishna, Kaveri, so at that time we are talking about a particular. So at that time the Yamuna, the Ganga, but we are talking about only river, at that time a river. Okay, because it leaves the indefinite, the thing, it means the definite, it is not a definite, not particular river about which we are talking about. So at that time, if the thing or person is definite, at that time we use the, and if the thing or the person is indefinite, we use a or an. For example, therefore it is called indefinite article. For example, she consulted a doctor. Sometimes when we fall sick, at that time we consult the doctor, we visit the doctor. Okay, so here the sentence, she consulted a doctor. A doctor means any doctor, because there are so many numbers of doctors in our city. So which doctor she consulted, it is not specific, it is not proper, it is not definite. So that's why we use a doctor, means which doctor we don't know, any of the doctor in our city. But if the sentence is like this, she consulted the doctor. Now here, now is this time the doctor defines that, means some particular doctor, some family doctor, some close doctor to the family, or someone about whom we know already, that which doctor she consulted. If we know, at that time we can use she consulted the doctor, because which doctor she consulted we know it already. So that's why if you know the particular person or thing about whom we are talking, at that time you can use the doctor, and if you don't know the doctor whom she consulted at that time, you use a doctor. Okay, so this is the little or minor difference, how to use the article the or a or an. Okay, now use of a or an. Now first we are talking about this portion, a or an, then we come up to this, then we will come up to the second portion. So first we will start with indefinite article a or an. Now what is the difference, or where they are used, or what is the rule? But before telling you the rule, I wanted to let you know something else, because that will be used in these rules. Now you know what are consonants and vowel. You know how many how many letters do we have in English alphabet? Letters, one letter. So how many letters, what number of letters do we have in English alphabet? Okay, A to Z, that is alphabet. Okay, in English alphabet we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So X, Y, Z. How many? Did you count it? Yes, we have 26 letters. Okay, these are called letters. Letter A, letter B, letter C, letter X, letter Y, letter Z. So we have 26 letters in English alphabet. And A to Z is called alphabet, because English is English is made out of these only 26 letters. English will never go out of these 26 letters. If you are going to write, you will use only these 26 letters. Okay, so all English is comprised in these 26 letters. So now out of these 26 letters, 5 are vowel and the remaining 21 are consonants. Now vowel. Okay, 5 are vowels. What are they? I use small letters. A, I, O, A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O and U. These 5. How many vowels do we have in English alphabet? 5. A, E, I, O, U. These are vowel letters. Okay, in English alphabet we have 5 vowel letters. Now, consonant letters. Consonant letters. So except these 5, means if you minus out of these 26, if you minus these 5, the remaining 21 are called consonant letters. Just like A is vowel, so it will begin with B, C, D. E is again vowel, so leave E, F, like that, X, Y, Z. X, Y and Z. So remaining 21 letters are 5 plus 21 is equal to 26. So you can divide the full English alphabet 26 letter into 2 classes. One is vowel letters and second is consonant letters. So 5 and 21 is equal to 26. So this is your basic English knowledge which you already know, but I am revising you. Okay. Now Now I am going to tell you something else. Okay, this is also useful, but what I am going to try to make you understand, that is different thing. Okay, this thing you already know. Now I am going to tell you something different. Now I bring you at the level of Hindi. Okay, so this is English language, and in English alphabet we have these things. But at the same time, you must have read in Hindi grammar also, because Hindi grammar, the alphabet of Hindi grammar is also used for sounds. Okay, whatever sound we use in pronunciation, that is same exact in Hindi, later writing and speaking. The same thing is spoken. But in English, sometimes the spelling is different and sometimes the pronunciation is different. So we are very, very confused. Okay, sometimes just like section. So sometimes Tion is pronounced like section. But T should be pronounced like T, but here T is pronounced like shan. So there are so many spellings which are differently pronounced pronounced differently from different from by writing it. If you write, it will be something different, but if you speak, it will be something different. But in Hindi, it is a very good quality of Hindi that whatever we write, we read it as it is. Okay, so that is the very, very good quality. That's why the pronunciation or the sounds are taken from the Hindi language. Okay, so here we are going to study about the sounds. So that's why we need to learn or revise about the Hindi grammar also. So this is about English. Now I am going to tell you about Hindi, and that is very, very important to learn. These are letters. Now I am going to tell you about what? Sounds. So in Hindi alphabet, we call vowels. Okay. Now I can use sounds, not letters. Vowels, sounds. Okay. Vowel sounds are, or in Hindi you must call it swar. Okay, swar. A, E, U, okay, A. You learned it, okay. E, I, O, and So these are called Hindi letters. These are letters also and sounds also. E, U, A, O, These are 12. And one more Rishi, but it is not used now. So we learn about only 12. So how many sounds? 12 sounds. Now consonants. Consonant sounds, in Hindi we call them Vyanjan. Okay, so these are K, K, G, Gh, Ang. Like that. Cha, cha, ja, ja, nya, ta, ta, da, da, na, ksha, tra, gya, up to Kshatra, Gya. These are 33. So like that. So you just you should know this also, because in English now in the article we are going to use them. These are called sounds, and A, E, I, O, U, they are what? Letters. Vowel letters. These are vowel sounds. A, E, I, O, U. These 12 you learn it, fix it. and except this, the remaining ka, kha, ga, ga and chatragya up to chatragya, these all are consonant sounds. So in article, when I will say you the consonant sound or vowel sound, I will mean it, not A, B, C, D. I will mean it. Okay, so you just fix it. You just learn it first. Then now the rule will be applicable according to these Hindi sounds, not in English. Okay. Now, if you have learned this or revised it, now we are going to go further. Now it will be helpful or easier to you to understand what is written here. Now we come to use of A or N. We use indefinite article A before those words that begins with the consonant sounds. The words which begins with the consonant sound, not letter. Don't go on ABCD. Just go on what we are pronouncing. If we are starting the pronunciation with the Hindi sounds, and that sounds are consonant sounds, means ka, kha, ga, gha, out of these, then only we are using a article. Just like a computer, because computer start with ka. So we use a computer. A book starts with b. So we use a book. Chair start with ch. So a chair, because ka, ba, ch, these are all the parts of the consonant sounds in Hindi. They are not the parts of a, I, e. So we will focus only on the starting sound. Starting sound of computer is ka. Starting sound of book is ba. Beginning sound of chair is ch. So that's why we only focus on that. Girl. Girl. Ka, kha, ga. Ga is also consonant sound. We are talking about sound. Hindi sounds. Knife. Knife is starting with n, because K is silent. A knife. A car. Again. A computer, a car. Both begins with K sound. We use indefinite article N before those words that begin with a vowel sound or a silent H. Because sometimes H is silent and then the next means we neglect it to pronounce it and we pronounce like this according to the second letter. I will tell you that. Now, where N is used. This is the use of A. Now we are talking about the use of N. This is article A. Now we are talking about the use of article N, where N is used. An apple. So don't go on the spelling, just go on the pronunciation. Apple. Now you know apple. Apple belongs to a, e, u, a. So an apple. Okay. An egg. Again. An egg. Egg is starting with the pronunciation A. An egg. Onion. And onion. Onion starts with or begins with a. Some children they pronounce it onion. So again O is again what? It is vowel sound. A, e, u, a, o. So again whether you speak it onion or onion, both in the case of these you will use an onion or an onion in both cases. An ice cream. Ice cream begins with a. So a is again what? Vowel sound. An ice cream. An elephant. Again, an elephant. Elephant begins with the pronunciation A, Hindi consonant sound. An orange. Orange. O. Orange. Then an ink pot. E. Begins with ink pot. Begins with E. E is again Hindi vowel sound. Ink pot. An umbrella. Umbrella begins with A. So an umbrella. So this is the basic rule. So before that you have to learn the Hindi vowel sounds. So the words which begins with the Hindi vowel sounds, we use indefinite article an, and the words which begins with the Hindi consonant sounds, that with them we use indefinite article a. That is clear? Now we move further. When saying abbreviations, you know what is abbreviations? Abbreviation means short forms. Just like Master of Art is written MA, M-A. Okay, Master of Art. So short forms are called abbreviation. Just like Gokul Das Public School. Gokul Das Public School. What is the short form or abbreviation of it? GPS. GPS is the abbreviation of Gokul Das Public School. So when saying abbreviation, we use A or N according to how the first letter is said. Just like an MLA, Member of Legislative Assembly. Okay, MLA. Just like Vidhayak of our area. So here M is a consonant letter but begins with the vowel sound MLA. A begins with A, MLA. So don't go on the letters, just focus on the sound, how they are pronounced. So MLA or MA. So these starts with pronunciation. So just focus on the pronunciation, don't focus on the spellings. Okay, so NMLA will be correct. We use A or N only before a singular countable nouns. Singular nouns. A or N denotes, sometimes they denotes single. A means one. So at that time we cannot use them with plural nouns. Just like boys. So if there are so many boys, how can we use a boys? It can be a boy or it can be boys. But if we use both, it will be contradictory to each other. A means one and boys means many boys. So how can they be used together? So grammatically it will be a wrong. It will be a mistake. A boy is correct. Okay, we are talking about one boy, but boys, it is wrong because boys means many boys. So how can we use a? So always a or an, both are used with a singular noun. Okay, just like a notebook is correct, but a notebooks is wrong. A diary is correct, but a diaries is wrong. Okay, a means one and diaries means many diaries. So how can they come together? So that is the rule. Third rule, we also use the indefinite article in the sense of one. These are used with singular nouns, and sometimes when they come lonely or alone, they give the sense of one. Just like wait a minute. Wait a minute. A minute means 1 minute. Wait for 1 minute. Wait a minute. A means one. Just like 1,000 people attended the party. 1,000. 1,000 means 1,000. Give me 1,000 rupees note. 1,000 rupees note means one note of 1,000 rupees. A means sometimes a is used for giving the meaning of one only. Okay. Give me an apple. An is again I am talking about one apple. Give me an apple. Okay. What a sorry. Next, use of definite article the. Now these all are the differences of the use of article a and an. Now we are talking about the article the, where it is used. Okay, now we are talking about article the is used with the nouns denoting definite or particular people or things. Whenever we are talking about a particular or fixed person, just like she consulted a doctor, it is not definite. Any means I don't know the doctor. But if I say that she consulted the doctor, at that time it means that I know the doctor. We are talking about a specific or particular doctor. Okay, so like that. The is used with the nouns denoting definite or particular people or things. Just like, for example, the Indian football team. The Indian football team. Now, in team, there are many players, just like 11 players or 13 players. Team consists of some number of players. So 11 players. Suppose in cricket, 11 players. So in football, I don't know how many members are there in the team, but the Indian football team, we are talking about a specific team. The Indian football team won the match. The match, we are talking about a fixed match which was held today or yesterday, and we both, speaker and the listener, both know that we are talking about which match. We are talking about a specific match. Okay, so when we are talking about a specific thing or a specific person or a specific group of person, at that time we use the. Okay. Second, when a singular noun is meant to represent a whole class, mean if a singular noun, the singular word is used for the whole class of that category, just like the lion. Here we are not talking about a particular one lion, we are talking about the whole species, means all the lions in the world. We are talking about all of them. So at that time we use the lion. The lion means all the lions in the world. We are talking about the whole category of the lion. The lion is a wild animal. A lion means only one lion, but the lion means all the lions in the world. Just like the cow is a holy animal or a pet animal. So we are not talking about only one cow. We are talking about the whole number of cows belongs to that group of cow. So sometimes a singular noun which is meant to the like a plural. With the superlative degree of an adjective, it is very, very important, because in exams it is mostly asked that before the superlative degrees of an adjective. We have already learnt in term first that what are the positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree. 3 degrees of comparison we have learnt in the term first grammar. Just like good, better, best. Okay, beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. Brave, braver, bravest. Okay, high, higher, highest. Tall, taller, tallest. So like that we have 3 degrees of comparison. But the superlative degree, which is the highest degree. So before that we always use article the. Just like the best, he is the best out of his class. So we always use the before the superlative degree. The best, the bravest, the largest, the tallest, the highest, the most beautiful, the most intelligent. So this type of superlative degree, they always come with the article the. Always remember this. It is very, very important point. With the names of rivers, gulfs, oceans and seas. These all four are water bodies. Okay, water bodies means which contains the water. Just like rivers, they contain water. Gulfs, they are the large areas which with the water. Oceans, there are 7 oceans in the world. Okay, 7 continents and 7 oceans. You must have read. Then seas, smaller than oceans, they are called seas. Arabian Sea, okay, Bay of Bengal, these are the seas. Black Sea. And the names of the rivers, gulfs, oceans and seas, they always come with letters, article the. Just like the Nile is the longest river in the world. The Amazon, it is the biggest river. The Yamuna, these are the names of the rivers. Now the Pacific Ocean, it is a name of ocean. Out of 7 oceans, Pacific Ocean. The Black Sea is also a sea. So before the name of seas, we use the. The Persian Gulf, it is a one name of Gulf. So before the name of Gulf, we always use the Persian Gulf. Next point, the names of mountain ranges. Now here this point is very, very important. Mountain ranges. Now you know what is mountain and what is mountain range. What is the difference between these two? You should know. What is mountain and what is mountain range? Okay. Just like the Himalayas, if I am talking about only one, just like Mount Everest, I am talking about Mount Everest. You know what is the specific thing about, what is the specific about this Mount Everest? Mount Everest, this is the highest mount in the world. We are talking about only one mount. Okay, only one mountain. The name of that mountain is Mount Everest. So when we use only the name of only one mountain, because different mountains have different names. So all mountains, they are given different names. But when the group of mountain, means when the sequence of serial of a mountain is together, so that is called mountain range. It's like this. Now this is the sequence or series, mountain after mountain, mountain after mountain, mountain after mountain. That is a long series. So that series, these all mountains, they belongs to Himalayas. Or Himalaya range. Himalaya range of mountain. Now here, this is the specific thing you need to focus, that when we are talking about only one specific mountain, name of the specific mountain, we don't use article the, because the particular name is used. But when we talking about the whole series, all the mountains which belongs to this series or this range, that is called range. The name of the range is Himalaya. So only with the names of the ranges we use the Himalaya range. Okay, but before the name of single mountain we never use the, but before the name of the range of mountain we use the. Just like Himalayas, Alps is same like this range. Andes is also a range of mountains. Nilgiri Hills is also a range of mountain. Okay, this is a line or series of the numbers of mountains. Now the names of the historical monuments. Historical monuments means the ancient buildings which were built in the very ancient time, very back time, history time. Just like the Taj Mahal, the Red Fort, the Konark Temple, many of the historical things. The names of certain books, or we can say holy books. which is worshipped by us, just like the Bible, which is a holy book for the Christians. The Ramayana, the Mahabharata, the Gita, these are the holy books of Hindu religions, and the Quran is the religious book of Muslims, and Guru Granth Sahib is the holy book which is worshipped by the Sikh. Okay, Sardarji. So these holy books, they always come with the article the Bible, the Ramayana. Okay, with the names of the things unique of their kind. Unique of their kind means in their types they are very, very unique, means they are only single, they are only one in the world. Just like the universe in which we are living, it is very, very specific, so we always use the with universe. The moon, the sun, the earth, these are only all the planets or the heavenly bodies in the universe. So these are only unique, these are only one in our life, related to our life, because suns are in very large number. Though all stars which shines in the sky in the night, they all are sun and bigger than our sun. But since they are too far from us, that's why they looks like very small, like stars. But they are sun. But when we talk about sun, the sun which is in our solar system, in our life, so we always talk about this sun. Okay, so that's why the sun, the moon, the earth, these are the planets, and we use the with the heavenly bodies. One more very important rule. Always remember, indefinite article a or an is used when something is mentioned for the first time. Very first time when we use always a or an. But we use definite article the if it is mentioned again and again and again. Just like, for an example, whenever we start any story, just like for example, I begin a story with 2-3 lines. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a forest. What I use? Once upon a time. एक बार की बात है. There was a forest. Okay. Once upon a time, एक बार की बात है, there was a forest. एक जंगल था. There lived many animals in the forest. There lived many animals in the forest. Now here, if you see the use of definite and indefinite article. When I use forest is a noun. The name of a thing means place, name of a place where so many large number of trees and animals they live. No. Once upon a time there was a forest. Here very first time when I use article with forest, I use a forest. There was a forest means it was not definite at the very beginning. But in the second sentence, when I am talking about the same forest again, because whenever I will talk about forest, I will talk about this forest only, because in this story I will talk about only this forest which I have mentioned already in the first line. So that's why when the second or third or fourth time whenever I will write about this forest, I will use the article. There lived many animals in the forest. Now second time we are talking about the same forest. that we know. I am the teller of this story and you are the listener of this story. Now you understand we are talking about which forest? This forest. So once upon a time there was a forest. So very first time we use A or N according to the pronunciation. Okay. Now second time, there lived many animals in the forest. In the forest. And there was a lion in the forest. The forest was very, very large. The forest was very, very large. Why I am again using the forest? Because now you understand that I am talking about this forest. But at the very beginning or at the very starting, when we use this forest, we use with the indefinite article a forest. So this is the rule which is mentioned here. Indefinite article A or N is used when something is mentioned for the first time, just like forest is mentioned for the first time, and we use definite article the when if it is mentioned again in the story. Okay, so like that. Now the remaining will continue in the second lecture. Okay, I hope that you have got it very, very clearly and exactly. So keep studying and keep learning. We'll solve the exercise based on it tomorrow. Okay, thank you very much.